This is the setup I am using. I have a Slick 504 connected to my laptop with an RS-232 null modem cable, which I picked up from DigiKey for about $4. The first thing we need to do is download and install Visual Basic Express. I am going to go to www.msdn.com and go to Visual Studio Express and then go to download, and that will give you the option to download your version of Visual Basic Express. Once the file is downloaded, we then need to run that file and begin the installation process of Visual Basic. When installing Visual Basic Express, it can take anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes depending on your computer and your internet connection. I am going to speed up the video for the purpose of this training video in order to save time. The next piece of software we need to get is the DF1 source code for Visual Basic. I am going to go to sourceforge.net and once I get there I will do a search for DF1. Now currently there are two DF1 projects out there, one for Linux and one for Windows. We want to make sure we get the one for Windows. Once we have the DF1 source code downloaded, extract it to a directory where you will know where to get it because we need to get to it later on. I'm going to now use RSLogix 500 to quickly write a one-rung program with a self-resetting timer. I'm going to use timer T40, set it to a 1-second resolution, and use normally closed contacts of the done bit, so every time the timer is done it will reset itself and start over again. When you're finished with RS Logics, be sure to shut down RS Links, otherwise you will have a conflict for your VB program wanting to use the COM port, and RS Links will have it tied up. So definitely be sure to shut down RS Links. We're now ready to write our HMI using the VB Express we downloaded earlier. Go to the Start menu and start up VB Express. Now once it's started up, we are going to want to create a new project. And we will make it a Windows application, and we can give it the name. I'm going to call mine Free HMI. Now once the project's open, the first step we need to do from there is add the communication component to our project. We're going to right click our project name in the Solution Explorer, do a Add Existing Item. Now we need to browse to the location we unzipped the files we brought in from SourceForge.net. Once we get to that location, we're going to go down into the source code, and once you get in, you will see a file called df1com.vb. Select that file and open, and now it will add it to the project. After we've added that, since it is source code, we have to compile it in order to use it from our toolbox. So we're going to go to the build menu and build the solution, and now we go to the toolbox after that, and we can now see a df1com in the toolbox. Let's select that and drag and drop one onto our form. Once it's added, you will see it show up at the bottom, and it will call it df1com1 by default. Now if you look in your property box to the lower right, we want to check the COM port, the baud rates, and make sure all of those match the PLC. Our next step is we're going to add a timer. We're going to use this timer to give it the poll rate. Now select the timer, drag and drop into the lower portion of your environment, and it will be called timer 1. Now we're going to make its interval to 250, which that is milliseconds, because we want to poll 4 times per second. And let's enable the timer. So set enable. Our next step is to add a label to our form. Go back to the toolbox, select label, drag and drop it onto the form. After adding the label, I am now going to go to the properties box and change the font of my label. I want to change it to a larger font and bold to make it more visible. We're now ready to add some code. Double click the timer we added earlier. It should take you back to the code for a timer event. Now at this point, let's type in our one line of code. We're going to say label1.text equals. That means that we want to change what our label shows. And we're going to type df1com1.readAny, and then in parentheses we're going to put quotes t4:0.acc and close the quotes, and then close parentheses. And we're now ready to run the program. Up toward the top you will see your VCR buttons, and you will see the play button. Click the play button and you should see your form pop up, and if everything is correct and communication to the PLC is good, you will see your label showing the value of the accumulated register in T40.